Barrister Darlington, good morning, number one. Merry Christmas to you.
Esther.
Sir.
On a Christmas day, must you call my name? So,
Barrister Darlington, good morning. Your wahala is too much. You know the agree. Barrister, I saw one stuff that circulated on social media. They did it's AI. I was scared. Then they superimposed it with that voice, and then several others.
Your governor.
The one of FCT minister.
When you will not stay in Imo State and govern the state.
Oh God.
You did not govern.
This man. Oh my God. Merry Christmas to you, Barrister Darlington.
Esther, baby.
God bless you, Barrister Darlington.
Thank God we made it
for your
again.
Consistency. You have been consistent, Barrister Darlington. Nobody would know what you go through, and the fact that you always remain present from morning to night most times. It's your commitment, your doggedness. God bless you, Barrister Darlington.
Yes.
We at VOP, we appreciate you. Your fans, your family members, they also appreciate you. A lot of them want to give you good beer, hero beer. Barrister Darlington does not drink beer, but you can bring Pami. He likes Pami.
There are other things I like, and you know them.
We are speaking something now. You're talking something else.
A man must like something.
Which man must like something? Ask him. You like palm wine? You like Pami? You know, what is your that you're talking now?
You mean you don't know what I like?
I'm saying like Pami. I can order for it somewhere.
Get available. From the known to the unknown.
Okay, the one that is known.
The known is here. Let's start with it.
Show me location.
Adam na garden. God is said, this man, look, you have suffered enough. You need a help. God did not give you help. Barrister Darlington. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Happy Merry Christmas to you. Senate President Akpabio ordering the National Assembly clerk to hide certified copies of the Nigerian tax bill transmitted to the president for assent. And what happened was, because of the discrepancies that were highlighted by one of the senators who is in the People's Democratic Party, his name is Abdul Samad Dasuki. The 2 and 4, there's 4 House of Rep members wanted to have access to that. They wanted to see what that man saw, and they asked the clerk to hide that from, the senators, which has obviously caused speculations that indeed what that senator raised as Abdul Samad Dasuki may be true. And on the point of privilege, when Dasuki made that statement to the House of Representatives, they're saying that he said he spent 3 days reviewing it, and then he saw the lapses and the discrepancies that he found in there. And so they're also saying that several lawmakers were prompted to eventually get a certified true copy of the tax bill, which was passed by the National Assembly. And obviously questions are being asked as to why the leadership would place an embargo on the assented version of the law. How would you quickly react to this? Because there are quite a lot of issues I want us to look into this evening, Barrister.
Look, when something has gotten to this level, Esther, we are thinking that by now the administration would have gotten it right. But the infamy keep growing by the day. That is, from one infamy to the other, from the executive to the legislature, and down to the judiciary. It's like these 3 arms of government have sworn not to give Nigerians good governance. From their own different perspectives, they have given us what we call a sour grape. Seriously. Esther, this National Assembly, in fact, in any democratic setting, the National Assembly is the most powerful. Are you aware?
Yes, it is.
Good. In fact, in the UK, when we are taught in school, they said they were so powerful that they can turn a man into a woman. And that is it. But this National Assembly, they have created so much infamy. In fact, we have never gotten it this bad. Seriously. And that's what happens when you put a round peg in a square hole. It can never fit. Remember that Abnishu, Agbabi was never elected. Are you aware? You saw what happened. He was never elected. the vote said a different thing. The outcome was a different thing. And then they insisted that this is what they want. Esther, this is what happened. You know this so-called Mr. Strategy, this and that, everything. You know, we overhyped the president. What he's capable of doing, selecting and imposing people, removing and putting people, and that is your own idea of powerful. You are very powerful, all because you have the federal might behind you and you are not abusing it. Why don't you allow the National Assembly to select their leaders, to elect their leaders? Esther, do you think that if the National Assembly have elected their leader, this thing will happen? Most of the things that Akpabio have done there is enough to impeach him. Seriously, he shouldn't. And because those who put him there are comfortable with what he's doing, that's why he's still there. And now, this thing is spreading towards them. Because everything Akpabio committee in that National Assembly is the executive will bear the brunt. Why should they be hiding their own documents? The document, can you just begin to think about it? Their own document. Your members cannot have access to it. What kind of assembly is that? It is when things like this happen that you begin to think that Donald Trump was right too, when he said we are a disgraced nation. I'm not joking.
Well, Barrister, we're trying to correct that narrative.
Adult. Correct. Are they children? Is it not children that you teach how to walk, how to eat?
Adults can behave like children.
No. This is worse. Esther, nobody contemplated that this thing will be like this. Nobody. Esther, why are you hiding your own document? Hey, God Almighty. Do you even know the document you prepared?
Well, if possibly because the alterations that were mentioned by that House of Rep member may be true, and they don't want to cause any form of imbroglio, because this was the same thing that happened when, we heard by People's Gazette that happened that $30,000 and $50,000 was shared where a protest could no longer be sustained.
Can you imagine? So, Esther, is it not a man of good spirits? Is it not a brave man that will own up to his mistake and say, yes, we erred, but we are sorry? Is that not what happened in other climes?
How many times would they err, and how many times would they apologize? Because if it is for them to admit that they have erred, there are several instances that they have erred or supposedly exuded a sense of lack of know-how.
At that point, at the days we are talking about, they never said, I'm sorry. At least for once, to show that, yes, they are human, they can err. In fact, do you know that it is very easy for people to forgive you when you say you are sorry than when you are trying to be pig-headed? Do you know? People sympathize with you and even try to be considerate. When you said you have made a mistake but you are sorry about it, they will be considerate. They will say, yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, it's okay, yeah, you're a leader. But when you made a mistake and you try to force it down our throat, people are looking at you that you are not wearing anything and you are still pretending as if you are wearing something. Is that not the highest form of insanity? You made a mistake, you committed a blunder, accept it and then correct it, and then we move on. But for you to think that you can be clever, how can you be clever with your own document?
Well, as it stands now, Alun Dume has actually said that because the committee says that they would try as much as possible to look into the discrepancies as soon as possible, and they have pledged to submit its report as soon as the work is concluded. There's a chairman of the committee. His name is Mukhtar Betara. He gave that assurance just yesterday following the inaugural meeting of the panel, which was held in Abuja on Tuesday. And there are talks that they would expedite this before the 1st of January because the tax law is meant to commence then, so there's pressure on them to look into it. Now there are fears that maybe if there were indeed discrepancies, they may quickly try to adjust it. The tax master, what's his name, Mr. Taiwo Yedele, has told us that let us wait for the committee to be done with this report, that he's not aware about the one that was published. He's not aware of it. That's a gazetted copy. He's not aware of it. So but he expects the committee to be done with that. Meanwhile, former Senate leader Ali Ndume is saying that anybody who was behind this should be suspended immediately.
Esther, That is my fear here. Nobody will be suspended. Because this National Assembly, the first thing they would have done when that news broke out from one of their own member, executive, please suspend that tax whatever. Don't start in January. Let us look at this thing again. Esther, is that not the way to go? Is that thing cast on stone that it must be January like the executive is talking? It is National Assembly. Look, it looks like there is a printer's devil here. No? You know, they can give 1,001 reason and say, please, the executive, suspend that thing. Let us do some clarification here. For the sake of what? Clarity. And for the sake of the public, whom we are going to use that document on. Do you know what one of them said? That they can continue to be implementing the tax law while the amendment will not be. Oh my God. Esther, you continue to operate with a fraudulent document while the amendment is going on, Esther. Have you ever had such a thing before? So what if in the course of implementing it now, there is infraction somewhere, and then there is litigation somewhere, you now go to court without a fraudulent document, Abi, and tell the court that we are trying to amend it somewhere, they are still talking about it somewhere, but let us... Oh, God. What kind of human being are this for God? Esther, there are things I can't even imagine in my life. All because Nigerians, they have sold their right. Esther, this is what happens when you don't start from the beginning to ask for your right. If you now woke up and say, you know, that thing you took yesterday, it belongs to me. The man will say, so where were you yesterday when I took it? Esther, do you see what is going on here? It's like a matter have in hand now. They were asking the man, why did your truck park in a police station for 3 years? You did not come for it. But the police kept it there and told the young man that the matter is in court. When we now went into the matter, we discovered that no matter was anywhere. Do you know even the worst? Esther, they vandalized the truck. They removed the 4 tires, removed the steering wheel in police station. And now they want to blame the young man. Say, why did you leave your truck there for this long? You can see it now. When you don't ask, this is what happened. They will come and ask you, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? But when you are saying it, nobody will listen. This is the truck this man uses to look for it. Will it be so comfortable to go and park it there? But they detain that truck on their own and made it impossible for the young man to go and collect his truck. Now they are trying to blame me because we are going to go for garnish order for them to pay for that thing. They will pay for it. Esther, they will pay for it. No matter how they want to run it, they will pay for it. That's what they are going to do. So this thing you are talking about, the wider implication is that the executive want to go ahead to implement a document that is fraudulent, that the National Assembly is trying to amend, Esther. If they wait until the amendment is concluded, before we know that we have an authentic document, Esther, what do you think will happen? Will heaven fall? What is this thing about the tax law that everybody says it must happen? It must be 1st of December. Exactly. Whenever they want to do something, they will not think twice. They will not call those who know to tell them.
Like they did the fuel subsidy removal. It was so immediate. I
am telling you, that's my worry here. And most people who want to support the government, they will not even support them with intelligence. They support them like mumu. How do you do such a thing? A fraudulent document, you want to implement it while the amendment is going on somewhere. So when the amendment finishes, what happens? An infraction has been committed with the one you have started operating with. Oh God! You see, this is one of the things that when people talk like this, I get worried. I say, "Come, the person talking are you actually sure you're a human being?"
Don't worry. Today is Christmas. I don't want your temperature to be high.
Esther, but they keep provoking us now. Can you help it, Esther? Please tell me. The environment is so toxic. How can you be normal here with this type of behavior? If you wait and that document is properly authenticated, Esther, what will happen? What will happen? Tell me. Esther, what will happen? You can see. And you said I should not talk, Abi. I should keep over this nonsense. It's unfortunate, seriously. We don't have leadership here. We don't.
Barrister Darlington, it is well,
Everything we have done so far, everything about this government, always on reverse gear, lopsided, upside down. And they told us that they know everything about governance. So, those people who package them, they can't come now and then defend this thing that's going on. They will not come out. Esther, they will not come out. They are kept quiet too. All of a sudden, all of them have gone on sabbatical. Including those who wanted to save Nigeria. Nigeria need a savior now, please. All those people who went to Ojota in 2012. Come now, Nigeria need a savior. In fact, it is obvious. That is the time we need a savior, Esther. No, seriously. If we allow this, do you know what will happen by next year? People are not talking. It is only when the day have broken that people will say, when did this one happen? How did we get here? Who did this? We never thought of this. But when we are pointing the way, nobody will listen, Esther. Nobody. Esther, nobody will listen. I saw how people were promoting and supporting this fuel subsidy. Esther. And up to today, nobody has asked them, come, the fuel subsidy, what are the dividends?
No, Barrister, it's not like people did not ask. The thing is that,
they are not asking. If they are asking, it should have been in the social media. Instead of this, they are doing in social media.
No, sir, this is what happened. You remember that all the presidential candidates campaigned on subsidy removal. And what we heard was that certain political elites were making money out of it to the detriment of all Nigerians who were meant to benefit from it. So everyone was actually
we believe that,
yes, exactly. That adrenaline was out there. And there was a high expectancy that this will yield the positive result. The idea is that once, because the president had promised us that what they would do with the subsidy money was to improve on education, healthcare services, infrastructure, and that food will be cheap.